It's so hot. My van goes into the shop next week, and it's super, super hot. So I am going to have to do something else with the van that I wasn't expecting to have to do. I was planning on leaving all of these on the ceiling. I just came outside and like a bunch of them had completely fallen off because it's just so hot. It's like an oven in the van. And so I'm going to take down all of my patches. I'm not excited about this, but this is just one more thing. Whew, it's hot. So hot that the adhesive is peeling. So I'm just taking all of the patches down. I don't wish this heat on anyone. There's this thing called wet bulb syndrome, and it comes when there's high humidity and excessive heat. You don't know you're too hot until it's too late, and so you can easily get dehydrated and, well, die. It's not something that you usually have to think about, because usually, especially if you're in a van, you try to travel with the temperatures. That isn't always the case. You can't always do that. And so, much like these patches that had an intention to be there forever, sometimes life is a little bit different than that. It turns into a big, nasty, gooey mess. So, while I am working on getting Dimples back together and getting things ready to go, I think I'm going to try out some more fans, because I want to be prepared in all situations. And at this point, I'm realizing just how bad the heat is and how many options exist out there for fans. And even though I have a couple of fans I already travel with, I think I need to find a couple more, because on days like today where I'm literally sitting here in the van and the air conditioner is running full blast, it is still unbearable. The temperature has come down to 114. That is way too hot to be able to exist in a van without some moving air. Finish this, and then I'm gonna go inside and look at some fan options and see if I can't find something that could be on my person maybe, because all of my fans are bulky. So I'm gonna see if I can find something smaller. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Well, there they all are. I'm gonna take them into base camp so they can stay protected. Ceiling looks pretty boring now. Oh, okay. I just need to like comb it and stuff to get everything back to where it was. Looks fine. I'm gonna recover it as soon as I get the van back from the shop and everything anyway, so it's okay. This wasn't something I had anticipated needing to do. Life has a sense of humor sometimes, so time to go and look for some fan options. Maybe like a neck fan would be good, because that would be close to my face. Right now, the temperature here in Texas is a record high. A record high, and we're in what they're calling a heat dome, which is just like high pressure, heavy pressure, just like raining down on us constantly. Not fun. Not fun at all. Okay, since it has been so hot here, I'm I have been struggling so much with the van itself and it about to be going to the shop, and so I'm actually going to be taking a trip just kind of to get away with my family, and we're going to do that right before the van actually goes into the shop. So by the time you're seeing this, we're already back. It was super fun, and you might have seen the video already actually. But on this trip, because it is still going to be hot, we are going to be going on some activities, and I wanted to take along a couple fan options. I think this is a good way for me to do this. Originally I was just going to review them and let you guys know if they'll be making the cut or not, but I think that this is going to be a more practical way to figure out if they really can beat the heat. So I want to show you what we're taking with us, and you'll be able to see it, and then I'll be able to show you kind of what happens whenever we're out and about and if it actually works. And I think that's going to be awesome. Yeah, so let's look at it. Just a side note before we dive into the unboxing portion of this, I actually have a few fans that I'm already using that are USB powered, and then also the new Road Pro one. I love them. They're perfect for van life. However, I needed something that didn't require me plugging it in as frequently or in order for it just to work. I also wanted something that could potentially have its own rotation system. I thought that would be really nice. And I wanted something I could have on my being at all times that didn't require clipping to like a bag or something. So I found these options and I think that they're great, but let me just show you. Okay, so I have two fans here. This one is actually a portable rechargeable fan. And as you can see, it has a little base on it, a few options. I'm gonna get it out and show you a little bit more closely in a minute. And then I also have this one, which is a foldable neck fan, which is the one I'm most excited about because this is the one that I'm gonna be able to use while I'm outside doing the activity. So I think I'm gonna open both of these up, show you what they look like, and then we'll do a actual test in the field, and then I'll be able to tell you if it's gonna make the cut going in the van. I'm in the process of packing right now, and I thought this would be a great way for me to have those items that I need so I can stay a little bit cooler because, oh my goodness, it has been so hot. I think you can see that from the patches that were literally separating on the ceiling. So I figured that while we're out on this activity, like couple days, doing this, it'll help keep me a little bit cooler, and also I'll be able to see if in the van, in that enclosed space, if I think this would be helpful. And if they are, I'll leave a link for you guys so you can check them out too if you're interested. Again, no pressure ever on my channel, but I just want to make it more convenient if you are. Let's unbox. Okay, starting off, we're gonna go in with the big guy. This is a portable rechargeable fan, and it actually comes in 4 different colors, which is kind of cool. I just went ahead and kind of was like, surprise me. I don't know what color this is actually gonna be. I just kind of did the go in order and go. So it's orange. I'm really excited about this though. This should be kind of fun. Now there's a few things on the box that I kind of want to go through, but I'm gonna pull this out first in theory. Oh, this thing's in here really good. So maybe, I always struggle with boxes, but this is a real life experience. Aha! It's sticky on the inside of the box, that's why. It's not me this time, it's actually the box itself. And inside the box, we have the fan, which is wrapped in plastic. And then there are a couple of other things. And it looks like here we have our instruction manual, which I'm probably going to need, and a cord, which looks like it is a Type-C cord. So this is a Type-C that just plugs into a regular USB. Let me pull the plastic off and then we can look a little closer. Oh, it actually has a hook on this. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and there's a remote also. Let me get that out in a minute. So the actual fan, okay, it moves. It rotates this way also, so that's nice. It has a hook on the bottom, which is pretty well on here. Oh, I always hate doing this. I don't want to break it. I feel as though I have really weak hands, but at the same time, sometimes things like this, oh, that feels like it's in there. So there is a hook, and it has a place where you can do it on both sides. I'm not going to pull on that right now because I want to get it all charged up first and see what all it does. It also has a light on it. That's really nice. And there's a little thing on here that says peel me. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel that. It was literally just that. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so let's see how this works now. First and foremost, I really like all the swivels. I think that that's great. The plug-in is on the back here, and it looks like it has a Type-C and then also a USB out, so you could charge something off of this once it's charged, which is nice. There's actually a slot right here where you can put the remote, which I'll test out in just a couple minutes. Now, here we go, the light. I'm gonna hold the light, and nothing happened. Okay, so hold it again. Oh, it's a quick push. Wow, that is bright. If I were to have this in my van, it would definitely light up the space. It has a couple different modes. There's a little bit less, and then it even lessens more, and then off. Okay, so those are our 3 modes. It has a little timer on this, so I guess you can set it. And then also there's the fan. Okay. It's a nice light breeze. Okay. Here it says 25, 50, 75, 100. So I'm assuming that is, okay. That's a little bit more. Okay, more. That's speed 3. Speed 4. Okay, this is a nice breeze. This feels very good. And I like the fact that as it's going, it goes through the modes 1, 2, 3, and 4. It lights up right here. Now I can't face this at you guys while I'm doing that because what'll happen is the sound of the fan will pick up on my microphone. But it's actually quiet, not super loud. Of the fans that I have tried, this is on the lower end of loudness. I'm very pleased with that. On the timer, it looks like it has a 1, a 2, a 4, and an 8 hours. And then also you can do the different kinds of tilt. I'm assuming, I may have to look into that a little bit more. So let me try fan 1, and then, oh, there it is. So whenever you push this after it's on, it will rotate and it'll either do 90 or 45. And you can click it and there's those 2 modes right there. So that's pretty cool. I wonder what this one is. It turns the lights off so it doesn't keep you awake. That's really nice also. So overall, the overall first impression is I like this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. You do have to kind of power through all of the settings to get it to turn off, but that's okay. It looks like right here we have the infrared receiver module, the oscillating indicator light, the battery indicator, the sleep mode, the oscillating button, the on-off, the LED button, the timer button, timer indicator light, and fan speed indicator light. So that's what all of the front features are. And then in here, it also has pictures to kind of show you so you can match them up. I really like that. I think that's really great whenever they include things like that because they're user friendly, and a lot of times, especially if you're looking at these tiny little pictures like this, it's harder for you to be able to see those sometimes. So having the bigger pictures inside is really handy. With that said, there is a remote, so I'm going to go ahead and get that out too. We're just going through this kind of quickly because, again, I'm going to be testing this out in the field. Now on this, it does have a little piece of plastic that you have to pull out in order for it to work. And then I'm going to hold this up so we can see if it works. I'm just going to push the on-off button. Immediately it turns on. Okay, so this is good. It's not completely charged, however. So I noticed that it went up to 75%, which means I do need to charge it before I hit the road with it, which is what I needed to know. There's also a little piece of plastic right here on the light that is a little harder to get off because it's kind of tucked in around the corners, but I'll go ahead and remove that so we can have it ready for travel. And kind of stuck to me there. But the other options on the remote are speed, where you can go up and down with the speed itself. You can also set the timer, the sleep mode, rotation, and light right here on the remote. So I need to make sure I don't lose this. Of course, the best way not to lose something is to put it in its place, and it fits in there very nicely. And then the only thing is they don't have a place for the cord, so I'll just have to keep up with this one, but that's okay. I can charge this on any of my power stations. I can also charge this on my van directly through one of my little power sources that I recently picked up. So this is gonna be great, and I'll let you guys know, of course, whenever we take this with us, what we think. We were just talking about needing some circulation because we're staying in a cabin, and sometimes circulation in a cabin is a bit limited, so this is going to be the best way to do that. Not to mention, I drive all over the country, but a lot of times whenever I'm driving, I'm in the front seat. I'm going with my family, and so I'm gonna be in the back seat, and sometimes that makes me a little car sick now that I drive so much. So I'm probably going to have this in the back seat with me, making sure that I get plenty of airflow, because that's the only thing that keeps me from getting car sick. So I'm gonna take this with me for sure, but now it's time for us to unbox this guy. Now this one is the one that I think I'll actually be able to take with me on the activity because it is a personal fan. So inside the box we go, but on this one there's actually a little bit of a seal. So I'm going to get some scissors and properly cut this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got into it, and something else I noticed is a couple things on the side here. 3 speeds, foldable, low noise, and then it says it has a lithium ion battery here, quick cooling, and 4 air vents. And then on the other side it shows the colors, but I don't know what kind I got again, so this is gonna be a question mark. Ooh, already I am loving this. It comes with a case to keep it safe. Oh, something fell. Okay, this is why I do these unboxings, so you guys know exactly what's inside. It looks as though that was the cord. The cord will fit inside this nice carrying case whenever I take it with me, and this will protect this from getting scratched, scuffed, and dented. So that's kind of nice, but what does it actually look like? Oh, interesting, very interesting. Now, why do I think this looks interesting? Well, I wasn't expecting it to fold down quite like this. This literally folds down like my headphones. Let me show you. So again, here is the neck fan. Here are my beats. It folds literally the same way. And so I really like the design of these and how easy they are to take with me. And so this is a very positive thing. So I'm already liking this. That means it's gonna be much more compact. And so if I'm not using it, it'll stow away in a better place. Now let's see what's behind all this plastic. Okay, in order to do that, I'm just gonna fold it down, make sure that nothing really gets stuck inside of the fold. Oh, this is hefty. This looks like a headband kind of. Okay, this guy is kind of large and in charge. It looks like something that would have been on Star Trek. It also kind of looks like I'm gonna go play horseshoes. That's kind of interesting. So it has a lot of different plastic on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that so that we can get down to the meat and potatoes. It has the 4 separate little vents on here. It shows on the inside there are 2 on each side. Now, something else that's kind of interesting, this, do you see this? This actually swivels a little bit. Wasn't expecting that either. I was thinking it was just gonna be a flat out, like, rigid thing that you put over your neck like this, and that was it. But this you can actually directionalize up towards your face, and that's gonna be nice whenever I'm out in the heat. Okay, so back to how this works though. There's a power button right here. I don't know if this is charged. We're crossing our fingers it is. Okay, it is charged. So I have it on. I put it on. Oh, that is instantly cooling my neck. Oh, that is nice. Okay, it's not so much blowing up on my face, which I was concerned about when I saw that it could, because my eyes get very dry because I have contacts. But this is like a nice, comfortable, like I feel it kind of oscillating from this area and then also from this directly. And I can move it, and as I move it, this part actually blows more toward my face, but it's hitting like right here. So right in this area, and it feels very cool. I can feel it onto my ears and to the back of my ears. Let's see, if I move it back just a little bit. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so there's a couple other things on here. It looked as though there's a pause button. I don't know what that did. I'm not exactly sure what the pause button does. I don't feel like it really did much. Let's see. I'm trying to feel where the air is coming out. The air is mostly coming out of this right here, and then a little bit out of here. I don't feel like it slows when I push the pause. Okay. I'm gonna have to read a little bit more about this one because this is fascinating. I'm also wondering if I turn it down. I don't feel as though it does as much when the vents are turned down. So the vents are designed to face up so they cool off your head and neck area. And so I can also point them in, and that feels really good. That's moved the wind more from like this area more down onto my neck area. So this one's going to be one I definitely have to try out whenever I am out at the activity. And I'll show you what that looks like as we go. But I'm going to read the book a little bit more on this one. Both of them look like they need a little bit of a charge. So I'm going to get them topped off, and I'll see you guys whenever we're testing these. Oh, I read a little bit more, and if you push the power button again, you get different speeds. Wow. There's 3 speeds. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one more time before we go test this. So I'm gonna put it on. I'm going to hit the power button. That's low. Oh my gosh, I feel like I am standing in like a cooler at like a convenience store. I used to work at a convenience store, and we'd go back to the back room and stock, and this is the cold air that I felt whenever I was in there. Wow. Oh, this is good. This is good. Now I'll see you guys whenever I go to test this. I may never take this off all summer long if this works out. Oh my gosh. Where have you been all my life, little fan? Okay, I'm setting up my space here in the cabin, and I have this fan so that I can keep nice and cool and the circulation can keep going through the night. So I'm gonna put this in my room, and then I'll figure out how I need it to be set up this evening when it's bedtime. Okay guys, it is time for bed, and I need just a little bit of circulation. So I think I am gonna use this. I don't wanna turn it on super high. So I think I'm just gonna turn it on super low and sit it on the windowsill over here. Okay, I have some things here that I need here, but I thought it would fit here, but I think it's a little bit too shallow. So I'm gonna have to find a different solution. Initially, I thought I could hook it to this small ladder and just like have it pointed inward, but it's actually a little bit too small of a hook for the ladder rung. So that won't work either. And that windowsill over there, it's just a little bit too tall for. Okay, I think I can set it on the floor and then just face it upwards. That's what I like about the swivel. And then I can use the remote for it, and that will work out, I think. We're about to see if this works. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna turn it on, and okay, it turned on. But now I have to make sure this is gonna be a good placement for it. You can see here, it's facing me, and it's on just the low setting. I could turn it up if I need to, but this actually feels pretty good right now. And another thing that I kind of like is the fact that I can put it on a timer, or I can turn the light on if I need a light. I just want to make sure if I turn the light on for this one that I am not looking directly at it, because check this out guys, it's about to get bright. Whoa. And then of course I could back it down, but that first setting is the bright setting, so that is a lot. So I think this will work out though with it facing right here, because this will give me just enough breeze but not be too much. And for those who are wondering what it looks like whenever there's no light, you can only see the small lights to tell you how much battery is on there, so it's not anything too distracting. With that said, I'm about to call it a night and find out how well this works for my fan while I'm here. Now again, ideally I could move this to different places. Just working with it, figuring out what its abilities are, that's why I test these things. So I'm liking it so far. I think this will be a good placement, because typically, especially if I'm sleeping in a place that I'm not familiar with, I like to face the door. So the door is right, like literally in front of me in this direction. So this is a good place for the fan, I think. Future editing me, the fan worked great. It kept me nice and cool. I ended up turning it down even because I don't like a ton of wind directly in my face, but it felt really, really nice. And the beds themselves, they were obviously like a cabin bed, so they were made out of this like rubberized material, and because I had my blankets on top of it, it got kind of warm. So with the fan, it made it totally great, despite the fact that it was super, super hot outside. So I definitely like that. Not to mention on the car ride back from Arkansas, which was like 5.5, almost 6 hours, I had the fan pointed at myself and also Spanky, and it really helped us to do well whenever we were traveling, because I struggle with traveling in the back seat and it can make me kind of nauseous and car sick sometimes. So having air really is helpful. And being able to kind of have it where it could tilt and move back and forth between the two of us, I think really helped us both out. So definitely a good product. And I only ended up having to charge it once on the entire trip, because I ran it literally all night long for 2 solid nights and had it going while I was in the Jeep. So one charge over like a 3-day span, not too bad. Oh, it's hot. It's humid, it's sticky. The fan definitely helped a lot. That last like push of 30 minutes, we were just hustling through, and this thing is literally the only thing that was saving me from sweating to death. I'm still pouring sweat, but I wasn't sweating to death. It made me feel like I could breathe. But earlier today when I forgot it in the Jeep, I didn't have that luxury. I felt suffocated. So this thing definitely is good, guys. Whew, okay, so we're finishing up here. All in all, I would say that this fan is a definite yes. The other fan, also a definite yes. It's been great in the cabin. This one is great because it's portable and I can take it with me everywhere, and it just literally hooks onto the back of my neck, and wow, what a difference it makes. I definitely would recommend checking out these two, and I'll leave links in the description box below if you're interested. Don't feel pressured. If you're not looking for these things, I completely understand. Again, I just want to share these things because they make my quality of life a little bit better on the road. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time, and devices that make your life a little bit cooler on a hot day definitely are that.